everybody, welcome back to Epic Beauty Fail. On today's video, I'm going to be doing my first impression of the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. I have two different colors here because I wasn't sure which one would match me best, so I think I'm going to actually be mixing these two. This one is the shell ivory color, which is fair neutral, and this one is rose ivory, which is light cool. So this one has a little bit more yellow to it, this one has a little bit more pink to it, but it's a little bit darker. So I'm going to be mixing these two to see if I can get the right shade for myself. I am shooting a two-part Wet n Wild video. Today I'm shooting my first impression of the Photo Focus Foundation, and I'm also going to be doing a full face one brand Wet n Wild video, which I will be posting actually tomorrow. I will be starting off by using the Wet n Wild face primer. This is the Photo Focus face primer. I'm going to put this on first prior to putting on my foundation. All right, so I'm already washed and moisturized. I'm going to be putting the Photo Focus Foundation on my skin. Give myself a good base to start from. Now, I've not used this foundation, or I've not used this primer before, but given that I'm still new to primers, I'm going to go with this one to see if this is what Wet n Wild wants me to do. Okay, now that I am all primed up and ready to go with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus face primer, I'm going to be mixing these two products. So I'm going to take these out. This does have a spatula for getting the product out. I'm going to actually take this and just put some of that on the back of my hand, like so. This is the rose ivory color. And I'm going to add to that the shell ivory. And what's interesting is that the rose ivory is supposed to be the light and the shell ivory is supposed to be the fair. But looking at these two colors side by side, this is the rose ivory and this is the shell ivory, and it just seems a little bit darker. So I'm going to go ahead and take the back actually of one of my brushes and mix those two together before putting it on my skin. Okay, we'll see how that does. And I am going to apply it with a L'Oreal sponge. I think the two colors mixed together actually isn't too bad for my skin tone. Maybe I should have tried them separately first, but I think mixed they actually turned out pretty well. I think that just about does it. I'm going to zoom you in so you can see my skin. Well, here I am. I don't think it turned out too bad. The color, the two mixed actually did all right. I don't think it's too far off my face to my neck. I don't know if you can see that. It actually looks pretty good in this lighting. So I'm not upset with the mixing of the two colors. I think mixing the two actually probably did me better than using one color or the other. Overall, I think it's sitting okay on my face. It's doing a little bit, it's showing a little bit more of my acne scarring than I would like it to, but that could be the primer not being like a pore filling primer. I don't think it doesn't make any claims for that. It says it refines pores, fills fine lines, brightens complexion and even skin tone. I don't think it really did much of that, but it's okay. But overall, the actual foundation itself, it looks a little cakey to me. It does seem to be showing my pores, like I said, really in here where I have some acne scarring, and like on this side of my nose, it is showing a good bit of my pores. Actually, it's doing a pretty good job on my nose itself of not showing too many pores. So I'm not upset with this primer, especially considering it's only $5.99. I don't think it's too bad. It is definitely settling into my lines though. Especially like down in here. It's not too bad. So I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of my makeup on, and I will be back to check in. The time right now is 2:37. So I'm going to call that the check-in time. I'm going to go ahead and put on the rest of my makeup, and I will be back to let you know how the makeup is sitting on this foundation. Okay, all right, so it is 3:18. This is my final look for today, and so far the foundation's not too bad. I do have some contour on, but I feel like it's starting to oxidize a little bit on my skin. Like down here on my chin, I don't have any foundation, and I do feel like it is starting to get darker already if you compare it to my neck. But some of that might be from the contour. I'm not sure. So here's where I sit right now. Like I said, it's about 3:15, 20 after 3, about 40 minutes in, and it's actually sitting pretty nicely on my skin, I feel. I don't feel like it's drawing too much attention to the places that I don't want it to draw attention to. So overall right now, I'm not mad at it considering it's only $6. So I will check in a couple hours. I'll see you then. Okay, so it is 6:30. So I'm gonna do a quick check-in. Overall, I'm thinking the foundation is doing pretty good. It's not been too bad. Like, it's been a little bit itchy, but it hasn't been like super bad. And I'm standing outside, so the sun's actually hitting me right now. It stopped raining. It was raining earlier, so it stopped raining now, which is good. But overall, I'm actually pretty okay with the foundation. I wouldn't say that I'm super impressed, but it's okay. Like, it hasn't gotten much darker, I don't think. So I'm filming this on my phone since we're out and about. So don't think it's gotten much darker. It is definitely in my lines. It's definitely in my scars, but it doesn't feel bad, which is good. I don't want it to feel real heavy, and this foundation actually feels pretty good. It's not doing too bad overall, so I'm not hating it. It's been itchy really around my nose here, which is pretty much the only spot that it's been super itchy. But other than that, it hasn't been too bad. So I'm not hating it, but it's definitely not the best foundation I've ever used. I'll be looking forward to checking in another couple of hours and letting you know how it wears throughout the rest of the day. I did lose my lipstick, but that's because it was flaking off, so I took it off. But overall, the foundation's not doing too bad. It's doing better than the number 7, which was the last foundation review I did. We are going to go get some dinner. We're going to do a little bit of shopping, and I will check in later. So we will see you then. Bye. All right, so welcome back. The time is now about 9:30. Just about 9:30 at night. So I've had this on for about 7 hours now. So I've been looking at it in the mirror here for about the last 10 minutes or so, and quite honestly, I think I kind of like this foundation. I know it's been hit or miss. Some people really like it, some people don't. It has definitely not been a lasting foundation. I mean, it is broken up around my nose. It is completely gone around my mouth. It's worn away around the eyes, but I think some of that is just the concealer going away. And that was because I was messing around with some eyeliner that I was trying out. So I probably shouldn't have done that today, but I did. But I think that's more the concealer than the foundation. Now, I had said earlier that it had sort of oxidized a little bit compared to my neck. I don't feel like it went any deeper than it had already this afternoon, in like the first half an hour after I had it on. So I don't feel like it got super dark, especially like here on my forehead. You can see it's still okay. It's definitely in my creases. It's definitely in my lines. But I think from far away, the finish is actually still pretty decent. I don't feel like it's horrendous from a distance. It's when you start to get more close that you start to see a lot of the imperfections, like I said, around the nose and around the mouth. But I did eat a couple of meals, and I got rid of my lipstick that I had on. So overall, I don't really dislike this foundation. I definitely would say it's not a long wearing foundation, but it's nice and lightweight. It does get itchy. It does wear off in some areas. I feel like it looks really cakey down here along the bottom of my cheeks and my jawline. But so it's just not a long wearing foundation, I don't feel. But I think the finish looks nice, especially if you're not too close. I think all the makeup went on nicely. For $5.99 for $6 for this foundation, I mean, I think it's a fantastic deal. It's supposed to be no flashback. I didn't give that a test. It does wipe off. I mean, pretty much if you wipe your hand on it, I don't know if the camera will focus on that, but it comes off. I did not put setting spray on. I just put powder on, the Wet n Wild powder that I had, and it comes right off. But again, it's $5.99. So overall, I would say that this is an okay foundation. If you're not looking to wear it for a long time, like if you're going to just like a dinner or something like that, I think the finish is very nice. It's just not a long wearing foundation. So like if you know, if I had to go to a nice restaurant, like if John and I were going to a nice dinner or something like that, I would put this on and then just take it off when I got home. I wouldn't think that would be a major problem. Yeah, overall, it's not that bad, I don't think. It's not the best foundation out there, but it does have a decent finish for only being $6. So that's my opinion. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up down below so that I know to keep making these. If you aren't already and you would like to be, please hit that red subscribe button and you can get notified when I upload new videos. Thank you for watching this video, this epic beauty fail, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye!